Well, hello all you wonderful people out there in YouTube land, and welcome to the Texas Special YouTube channel. I'm here in Galveston, Texas at the Galveston Railroad Museum. We're going to take a look around the grounds and see some of the exhibits they have inside, not only the museum itself, but also they have several fine displays in these rail cars. And just to my right here, in the amphitheater, of course this behind me, vintage old steam locomotive, well past her glory days, but still looking good. I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope you're able to make it down here to Galveston, Texas to check out the museum. Texas Special, out. No, they've done about like this right here.
Okay.
Once in a year, big boy goes back.
Big boy's moving around the country right now, actually. Yeah, it is. Gotta love the wind here in Galveston.
Starting with the silver hours on track 1. This car, the water level was halfway up the windows. We cleaned up a little bit inside of the silver hours to use it for temporary storage. This is the kitchen of the silver hours. We haven't cleaned it here at all.
Got some builder's plates, some old railroad locks and keys.
Next on track 1 is our 4 display exhibit cars.
And of course, railroad themed plates.
Also in these exhibit cars, one corner of one of the cars was used to store some of the museum's artifacts. We have gone through and collected all of the salvageable stuff that's really not damaged.
Old railroad map of the INGN, International and Great Northern, which was Missouri Pacific's Texas headquartered subsidiary. Up until 1948, state law in the great state of Texas required that any railroad operating within the confines of the border of the state of Texas be headquartered within the state. So that's why you have, for Missouri Pacific, International and Great Northern, for Southern Pacific, Texas and New Orleans. The electrical cabinet for one of these old passenger cars. This is an old CTC switch machine from Southern Pacific. Dispatcher would turn that to line a switch, and the corresponding switch would light up here. This is the old, this is going west to San Antonio. This is the Glidden sub. Harlan, Missouri City, West Junction. Right here, modern terminology is Heeker. The dividing line between what is now the Houston sub and the Glidden sub. So the Houston sub turns off this way. SP days, what is the Harrisburg subdivision now was continued on as the Glidden sub. course, railroad date nails. I'm not real big on date nails. I don't. A bunch of airplane crap. I mean stuff. Bunch of stuff concerning the lift bridges and towers in the area. Some of the old depots. More airplane stuff and some insulators. A remake of an advertisement. Lanterns, manuals. This is actually kind of cool. These are old school engineer's licenses. I'm not sure how well you can see them, but railroad papers. Railway Express Agency displays. Pullman Porter stuff. These are really cool. I would really like to have one, but I know I'd get in trouble if I had one. It's like a kind of like a trike version of a hand cart. Pullman Porter exhibit. Control stand, or part of the control stand from a locomotive. This is your automatic. That is supposed to be the independent. That's your cutout valve to put the engine in one of the cutout valves. That's the other cutout valve. And then you got this maintenance of way display here. Hand drill, a rail drill, various hand tools and such that they would use. This is inside the Burlington Silver Hours observation car. This is toward the front of the car. See, they had a kind of a lounge bar area. That's where the hand brake was. And then the displays just keep kind of going back in here. This is handbrake. Southern dining car. You have the galley here where they prepared all the meals. That, emergency brake. More tight quarters. And now we're back out here on the train shed. And this is the rear half of the silver hours. With the restrooms here, men, women. With business is conducted. Do not use toilet while train is standing in the station. You didn't know way back when, the passenger trains would actually dump the human waste directly onto the right-of-way. So obviously they did not want the stations smelling like, you know. Alright, so when you first walk in from the front office, the ticket office, to the left along the walkway, you will see this. The silver hours, which we just left, and is to your, that's to your left, this is to your right, just a little past silver hours. So we come up this veranda. You have this door that leads out back to the steam garden and to the depot itself, or you can come through here, which leads you into this exhibit of, on this side you have naval history regarding the battleship USS Texas. You have papers from the ship, medals, various insignia. You have some more naval displays. And you have silverware from the ship. Continuing on back, you have, returning to the railroad theme, railroad china. Santa Fe dishes, nickel plate road, Pullman, Pennsylvania Railroad, Canadian National, chassis, of course. Here you have assorted plates. Southern Pacific plates. Coming back around to here, you have some spittoons and silverware. Drinking glasses and the such, shot glasses. Of course, more artwork. Loads and loads of railroad china in this room. Some stock certificates, and of course advertisements from Santa Fe. I'm not seeing any other advertisements for any other railroad. And we have some Chicago and Northwestern. Continuing on into the next room, see these model train displays all along the wall, which kind of gives you a slight hint as to what we are walking into next. So, unfortunately, due to storm damage, the room where the O-Gauge Railroad was is now an amphitheater. Sad to say, but O-Gauge has gone away, at least at the Railroad Museum. Still have some O-Gauge trains here in the display cases, but sadly they will not be running. Lots of HO scale as well. Now, as we come around this bend, I apologize for the lighting, but I'm doing what I can with what I've got. Have more train pictures. Advertisements, heralds, signage. We've got a small little, looks to be 4x8 double track HO scale railroad here under construction. Doesn't seem to follow any specific prototype, just, you know, a train. Which is not necessarily a bad thing. And here you have the main HO exhibit, which was damaged in the same hurricanes that knocked out the O-Gauge exhibit. As you can see, they're nowhere near running trains, but rebuilding nonetheless. I hope to come back and do a, hope to be able to come back and do a revisit on this layout once it's up and running. Alright, here we have the final exhibit or display car. This is an old Illinois Central Railway post office. So here's where they would stack bags of mail. They had a coffee pot. Well, not just coffee, but, you know, a hot plate. Little fridge right there. You had your washroom, storage cabinet. That was probably where the heater was. This door would slide, and on one or both sides there was a mail hook that would catch the mail bags hung up at the station off the hook, and they would pull it into the car. So you see all these cubbyhole slots. Each one had a specifically assigned, maybe not necessarily address or specific customer, but a town or a neighborhood, and they would sort these bags of mail right over here and just pigeonhole everything where it belonged. And these guys actually did all their work carrying little, as you would call them, Saturday night specials. You can see there, that little black thing on his hip, that's a little snub-nosed revolver. You can see that guy's got one too. These railway post office workers, they did all their work while they were armed. You can see where all the mail was held. You can see the various size bags, large bags, small bags, all different kinds of bags. You have these overhead trays. Another sliding door with a safety gate so that whoever was operating the mail hook didn't fall out. And we'll cross over here into the Donald E. Harper Jr. This is a sleeping car. As you can see, it had a nighttime configuration here. The seats would fold out from their daytime configuration into this little berth. Here you had a private sleeping room, the bunk bed, a little sink. That was the toilet right there, that door. So that was the nighttime configuration. During the daylight, this is what it looked like. You had a nice little chair, a couple of chairs actually, and that bed folds out from this wall. And there's a better view of your sink. Fold that out. You had a push button for the porter, ceiling fan, nighttime lighting, mirror lights. You had a plug, fan, and of course, oh, there's the fan. And there is your restroom. We have a little, well, a slightly bigger room. I guess this would be more of a suite. You have these little roomettes, which underneath this lid here, that was your toilet. They had a seat there, which could be a coffee table or whatever, and you had your toilet paper right there. Rather cramped quarters, but you know, very, very, here's your thermostat. Another little roomette. This was a nighttime configuration for the roomettes, which is kind of troublesome because there's your toilet, so good luck with midnight emergencies. And then this, if I'm not mistaken, was the shower, because none of these rooms, if you noticed, had a private shower. We will cross over here into this, I believe this is a Santa Fe observation car. You have your washroom and lavatory. Mirrors. Oh no, this is a Pullman. This is another Pullman. So you have your daytime arrangement here. You have the Pullman berths actually pulled down. So that was a daytime configuration for the Pullman berths, folded up against the ceiling like that. And then you had the nighttime configuration, which was folded down, pulled down like that. Coming along, you see some fans for kind of ventilation. Had a fire extinguisher there. And here we are at the rear of the car. The rear lounge area. The ghosts of travelers past. Yucking it up in the back. Come through this door. And were this the 1940s, I probably wouldn't be standing where I am, but neither here nor there. You have this rear platform stand out, and that would be railroad track clickety-clacking along anywhere between 60 to 90 mile an hour behind us. You have this. You have these air valves here for whenever the conductor is shoving. Conductor or brakeman, whomever is shoving. And you have this, actually this is the air valve. That is a whistle. That right there is an air whistle. Pulls air from the train line for shoving to protect the crossings. This little latch here, if you pop that, this little platform here pops up. You can open that gate and it'll reveal the stairs, which are right here.